Gachagua has reprimanded governors who are attributing the lack of action of the national government in response to flooding caused by heavy rains in various parts of the country. Meanwhile, at least 2 elderly men were reported dead after they drowned in Garissa and Hulugho towns following heavy downpour that lasted for over 6 hours that left behind a trail of destruction. This as even heavy rainfall continues to affect many regions in the country, with almost a half of the counties being affected, and as Paul Kirobi reports, thousands of families have been left hopeless, with properties and crops being destroyed.
The national government has responded to calls by governors whose areas have been greatly affected by the raging floods. Speaking in Kisauni, where he was distributing food and non-food items to families displaced by the prolonged rains, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua urged the governors to temporarily halt development projects and redirect funds to assist the victims of the El Nino floods.
Hata wewe governor uko na pesa. Kama watu wanakufa, hiyo pesa unaweka kwa benki, ifanye kazi gani? Pesa yote saa hii kila gavana katika Kenya, pahali watu wameathirika, wasimamishe kazi zote, wanunulie watu chakula na blanketi na madawa.
Gachagua saying that the National Treasury had already disbursed over 10 billion shillings to counties and urged governors to use the funds to support those affected by the floods.
Kini mwenye kufanya kazi ya kuchunga raia ni gavana, kwa sababu wako na pesa.
Even as the national government and the devolved units tussle, this is the grim picture and the reality facing the people of Garissa County, a region that has consistently made headlines for suffering from drought, is now experiencing conditions that surpass even the situation it previously faced. Yesterday night, heavy rainfall ended the lives of 2 elderly men who were trying to cross flooded roads when they were swept away. Acting County Commissioner Solomon Chesut said the 2 bodies were recovered this morning and the police have taken over the cases.
The 2 older men got drowned. Their bodies were recovered in the morning and police have taken the necessary action.
This is one of the many unreported cases due to effects of floods in some parts of the country. This is Tana Delta in Tana River County. Residents here are counting losses following the heavy rainfall that has completely cut off the main roads in the region, making it difficult for people to cross over. Farmers who have been planting their crops besides the river are counting losses since their crops have been destroyed. Mohammed said a resident of this area tried to use a canoe so that he can try to salvage his crops, but he was unsuccessful.
Kuna watu huko, kuna mizigo, kuna mbuzi, kuna kuku.
Na sasa hakuna mau hapa, na jamaa wako na mbuzi huko, hatujatoa wote, na communication ya mau hakuna, hatujajua kama tuwasaidie namna gani.
Livestock keepers from Bandi region that hosts more than 300 families have been migrating to safer areas to seek for shelter. Tana River County has largely been affected because of the cost the water takes to the Tana Delta.
Wajengewe majumba ya permanent. Wakishajengewa majumba ya permanent, ile sehemu ambayo imebaki inaweza kuwa ni sehemu ya mifugo, sehemu ya shamba wanaweza lima.
Meanwhile, members of parliament want the government to declare floods a national disaster since most parts of the northeastern counties have greatly been affected.
To Madagascar, it was constructed in 2019 at whopping several billions of shillings. Part of it was swept away. Why? Because it was not done properly. And I think it's high time people are supposed to pay for this kind of crimes. The engineers who were supposed to monitor these things, the contractor was doing it. The Director General of Kenya at that particular time, they need to answer some of these things.
Airlift of food from here to the affected areas. People are suffering. Homes are flooded. There is no one who is living in his house today in the whole region.
The critical hospital facilities like oxygen and other facilities that require electricity is not accessible.
Paul Kirobi, TV 47.
Thank you, Paul.